Hello and welcome to Weekending. Our guest today is Gauri Khan. She is an icon of feminine strength and power. Not just a superstar's wife, Gauri has carved a niche for herself as a celebrated interior designer and a devoted mother of three. Gauri, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Very well.
This week, Gauri launches Rooted, a rainforest-inspired collection by luxury jewellery label Zoya. How are you coping with the pandemic?
Well, I think it's difficult times for all of us. We are all in it together. It's been hard, but frankly, I think everyone has to use their time, and I've been extremely creative, working on my art, my photography, spending time with the children, the family. So yeah, a lot of time together. Everybody has such a hectic, life.
How are the three children coping with the pandemic? For the older two, it must be very disappointing. How are they keeping themselves busy?
Well, Suhana has her online school, so keeps her very, very busy, thankfully. Aryan, he's just through with his college, so he needs a break. That's exactly what he's doing, relaxing, watching movies, playing his games. And of course, Abram has his back to school, something very new. And it was initially quite hard on the kids, at his age, but I think he's coping well and spending a lot of time with the family and all of us together.
On a documentary, Shah Rukh Khan was recently seen cooking. Are both of you using this time to cook a lot, or is he back to work?
Well, during this lockdown, I think initially we were all scared to even order any food from out. So Ghar ka khana, as we say, is made by Shah Rukh himself, and we are enjoying it. He loves cooking, and I enjoy eating.
Gauri, you and Shah Rukh have been together for almost 3 decades. When you decided to marry him and move to Mumbai, did you ever imagine the journey would be this exciting?
When I moved to Bombay, I was only 21. I had no clue where I was headed, what was my future, there were no plans. It was just, I was just going with the flow, and fortunately the flow was beautiful, and life has been fantastic, and no looking back and no regrets.
Take us through your initial struggle in Mumbai, and at which point did you realize that Shah Rukh has become a superstar?
Frankly, I did not realize, even after his films released, even after he gave those blockbusters, it took a long time for me for it to sink in that he's arrived. And it was very organic, it was gradual, it was not something which that one fine day I woke up in this palace and I said, wow, he's arrived. It wasn't like that. It was a struggle. We went through ups and downs, and but I think he's accomplished so much, done so well for himself, and all of us are enjoying his hard work today.
Mannat is your home in Mumbai. I believe you and Shah Rukh are great hosts and often have families visiting you, and they in turn extend your hospitality to their friends. The kitchen in Mannat, I believe, is running 24/7. How do you manage to run your home so efficiently?
I have to share this with you, that most of my organization has been remote controlled by my mum, who's in Delhi. So she's on the hotline with the staff, pictures going back and forth, WhatsApp messages, this space is dirty and this needs a full clean up, this needs sanitization, and all that goes on, keeps her busy and keeps my staff in check. And I've learned so much from her, and she's basically handling my home through remote control, via messages, via phone calls, and yeah, she's been a huge helping hand, and it's pick and span, and we're doing well thanks to her.
You are a successful interior designer. How did you decide to become one, and did you study for it?
Well, it all began when a friend of mine started her own interior design project in town. Her name is Kajal, and she started it. I think they started a brand which was maybe 15 years back, and they asked me to join up, and because she knew that I was extremely creative and I love design. But I don't think I was really ready at that time. The kids were young, and then Suzanne launched her project, and she asked me to do a collection. And post that, I thought about it after she launched, and put together a collection for her, and that's it. That's when I started. And also when I was designing my own home, or when I was accessorizing it, I realized that this is something I really love, and to take it to the next level professionally, it just came together beautifully, and I have no regrets.
Gauri, what's the one piece of advice you have for people who are renovating their homes during the festive season?
Festive seasons, I would say Diwali is one of the biggest festivals in our country, and light is the most important for me in my projects. And I think if I have to give any advice to refurbishment of a home, or adding some glamour to somebody's home, I would say a nice funky chandelier is what I recommend.
I believe you've designed a festive collection of gifts in marble. Tell us more about that.
Well, this is this brand called Arnaya, and we are working on a Diwali collection for this brand. We've designed some candles for Diwali. We've got some planters, we've got some bookends, coasters. So small stuff which we are planning to go online with, which can also be used for gifts for Diwali. So I think it'll be quite interesting to see this collection, which we've been working, I think it's been a year since we've been working on this collection. So I'm looking forward to the launch, which would be, I think, by November.
Gauri, before we take a break, I have a few questions for you. The first one is, your best friend in and outside the film industry?
It would be hard for me to pick any one particular person, because I have so many friends, and I always call them for advice. I always, they are my inner strength. That's what I feel. And apart from partying with them, traveling with them, they're just my support system, I think. And just being around them, it gives me a I feel comfort around them. And that's what friends are for, in good times, in bad times. They are always around me. And we've seen, so much through life, and they've been my strength at every given point in my life. And I love them. And yes, I hope I don't have any friendships that end with a bad taste in my, how it is.
Your favorite holiday destination?
New York, since my daughter is there now. So I love visiting her. It's a good excuse. And I enjoy just walking the streets, and it's a great city.
Trick of being a rock star, Bollywood wife or girlfriend?
Thick-skinned, and stay strong, and be assertive.
Your favorite clothes in your wardrobe?
Black, black and black.
3 great gift ideas for the holiday season?
So definitely Zoya, because diamonds are forever. And if there's any milestone, birthday or an occasion, anniversary, Zoya is definitely my #1 pick. After that, I think Arnaya, where we've designed some great online products which are small, easy to carry, easy to gift. And #3, most important, Gauri Khan Designs, where we can do a refurbishing of your home.
Best advice you have ever received?
Well, it'll be difficult for me to name one person, but all I have to say is I have few friends, but they are my lifeline. They have been my support, and I always look at them for any kind of advice, any kind of, if I need.
We are in conversation with interior designer Gauri Khan. We discuss her love for jewellery as the festive season approaches on the other side of the break. Welcome back to Weekending. Today we are talking to interior designer Gauri Khan. With the festive season round the corner, she is going to share with us her love for jewellery. Gauri, tell us about your collaboration with Zoya.
I'm launching a new collection for Zoya from the House of Tata. It's called Rooted and its theme is Inner Strength. It is inspired by rainforest which has stood strong for millions of years. It's a very beautifully designed and well-crafted collection. You'll love it, Ambika.
Tell us about what are the jewellery pieces that you're wearing today?
I'm wearing a necklace from Zoya's Rooted collection, and the play of light and shadow is beautiful.
What's the first piece of jewellery that Shah Rukh ever gave you?
He gave me a bracelet, but now he's going to gift me this, for sure.
Do you reckon that people are going to be in a mood for celebrations this year as the COVID cases continue to increase?
Special occasions don't go away, be it Diwali or New Year's or a birthday, anniversaries. People will always want to celebrate. The way they celebrate may change, but people definitely want to connect and be positive. And Zoya's Rooted is all about inner strength. So it's just perfect for this time.
Gauri, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Gauri Khan. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have an incredible week ahead. Goodbye.